日本時間5月17日、米国時間5月16日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースがロサンゼルス、エンゼルス相手に打線爆発、大量15得点を奪う圧勝劇となり、その中心には大谷翔平の存在があった。この日の大谷は、右翼線への打球がフェンス横のネットに当たる珍しいプレーで三塁打を記録。さらに相手守備の混乱も重なり、そのまま生還した。試合後、大谷自身も、昔はあの場所にネットがなかった、と苦笑いを見せながら、ドジャースファンとエンゼルスファンの前で活躍できて嬉しい、と振り返った。また、第4回にはアンディ、パヘスがダイビングキャッチで失点危機を救う超美技を披露。チームメイトからも、今季最高クラスの守備、と絶賛の声が上がった。さらに先発ジャスティン、ロブレスキも安定した投球を見せ、デーブ、ロバーツ監督は、自信を取り戻している。今後も重要な戦力になる、と高く評価した。打線、守備、投手陣が噛み合ったドジャース。中でも大谷には、完全復調の気配が漂い始めている。この後、番組では大谷の走塁シーンやパフェスの超美技など、試合の詳細映像が続く。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Yeah, Chase Silseth came in, tried to calm the storm, if you will, but 6 straight Dodgers reached without a hit in that 6th inning. As we move on to Justin Wroblewski, who is pitching for the Dodgers here tonight. Tim, he came in 5-1 with a 2.42 ERA. Wasn't exactly dominant, scattered 7 hits, but didn't really have any traffic on.
No, he didn't. And, you know, he threw enough fastballs. He threw enough good pitches on the inside part of the plate to these guys. He got some, I mean, what can you say about Pajes? I mean, he's having a phenomenal season to this point. Some great defensive plays. I think I counted 7 outfield putouts out there for him tonight. He did a great job. That was a big one right there. Shonwell right there that could have maybe scored a run with 2 outs. Again, you know, the starting pitching the Angels are facing right now, they're making some good pitches and not able to really get that hit to come through to really put them away. You had a good at-bat later with Joe Adell, you know, the double that scored a couple runs. And, you know, there's some signs of life there, but, boy, you know, when you have these big innings and, you know, when you put up 5 spots, it's a tough one, yeah.
Go to the top of the 8th inning, and there was some confusion, Tim Salmon, at least on the field with Joe Adell, and it centered around Shohei Ohtani with 2 on, lines one down the right field line. Tim, it bounces. It looks like it should have been a ground rule double. It hits that netting in foul territory. Joe Adell put his hands up. Shohei Ohtani is going to come all the way around to score. It would later be scored a triple, 2 RBI, and a throwing error by Joe there to get Shohei home. Here is the umpire's call.
The call is confirmed. The ball is left in play. Los Angeles Angels.
So you take a look at that play. Joe Adell at the end of the inning is talking to the umpires, trying to understand what the call was. In your guesstimation, it was in play. That's part of the rule book.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't even really know what the play, what the call is. I mean, these nets, you know, they've extended them. They, you know, every year it's a little differently. It's a little different. So I don't think anybody upstairs we really understood what the you know, it's not your typical ground rules play. I mean, you don't see that. Have we ever seen a ball hit the net like that? We haven't down here. We were trying to figure out how long has that net been down that far. I mean,
I know I'm Googling it, trying to find out one of those nets for up.
Yeah, so, you know, it's not your typical play. It didn't look like the players obviously knew what the ruling was. Zuka, you know, it didn't seem like he kind of knew what the ruling was, or maybe he did. I don't know. But it's not your typical play. And, you know, with the way these nettings are being created on these fields to protect the fans, you know, from year to year it can change. Yeah. And, you know, it's one of those fluke things that might just happen once during the course of a year where it comes into play. And I think everybody's out there. I think, you know, from a player standpoint, you know, you always get the ball and you play it. You know, you don't just assume, you know, especially in that situation. I don't think, you know, Joe knew the rule, obviously, and he threw his hands up like it was a dead ball. We assumed it was a dead ball. But obviously, it's your home ballpark. You need to know what the ground rules are. And I think at the end of the day, that's the one that, you know, it just makes it so awkward. You know, it's just an awkward play, and nobody knew what the rule was.
All right, going to take a timeout here on Angels Live post-game when we do come back.
Shohei, what a night for you. What a night for the team. A 4-game winning streak now that started on the night that you pitched 7 scoreless innings. A lot of nats tonight, right, Shohei?
虫がいっぱいいて4連勝で、ね、ショーのいい登板から始まりましたけども、そうですね、まあいい流れで来てると思うので、
また明日早いですし、切り替えて5連勝できるように頑張りたいなと思います。
Yeah, picking up good momentum. It's an early game tomorrow, but we want to do what we did today.
You played here a lot of years. This was the first season they put the netting all the way down to the foul pole. Did you realize that when you hit it down there, it was going off the netting?
ずっと向こうまでネットを貼り付けたの今年なんですけども、それって知ってましたかと。
いや、知らなかったですね。僕が行った頃はなかったので、はい。僕は当たったかどうか分かんなくて、とりあえず全力で走りましたけど、結果的に良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
Yeah, I didn't know about this netting. Since when I played here, there wasn't any netting, but I just kept running.
How much fun was it tonight to run the bases the way you did? Not only on the triple, the double. How much fun did you have again tonight?
本当に打撃も走塁もいっぱいランできて楽しかったですかと。
そうですね。エンジェルスファンもそうですし、ドジャースファンも所属している2つのチームのファンの方々の前でプレーできるというのは僕にとっては特別なことなので、そこでいいパフォーマンスができるというのは特別なことだなと思ってます。
Yeah, just happy to be able to perform in front of both Dodger fans and Angels fans. So I was really happy I was able to contribute a lot today.
Last one. Posture feeling good again?
姿勢は大丈夫ですかと、バッティングの。
よくはなってるかなとは思うので、引き続き頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Going the right direction. Yeah.
Thank you for stopping.
Thank you.
There he goes, Shohei Ohtani, a big night. The fireworks are going to start now, but the show was earlier tonight. Andy, could you feel how big of a catch that was for the team in the fourth inning when you robbed Shanwell?
¿Sabes que era una gran jugada durante ese momento en tiempo del juego?
Obviamente habían corredores en posición anotadora y ese era el tercer out, pero como siempre digo, todo lo que sale por allá yo trato de hacerlo, o sea, de agarrarlo, no importa la situación en que esté.
Yeah, there's 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. It was a big play, but like I said before, all the plays in the outfield, I'm always trying to make a great catch, make a good play.
Was there any doubt that you held on to it, or did you know you had it all the way?
¿Tú sabías que la atrapaste todo desde el principio o tú tenías any duda que picó?
Si tengo la oportunidad de llegarle a la bola, yo la voy a agarrar. Esa es la mentalidad mía, no de que va a picar o que se me va a caer o algo así. Simplemente si tengo el mínimo chance de llegarle a la bola, mi mentalidad es agarrarla.
¿Pero tú sabiste que la atrapaste?
Sí, desde el principio.
Yeah, I knew from the very beginning that I caught the ball, but if I have a chance to make a play, I'm going to go out there and try to make a play, dive, not have any fear to make a play out there.
How did you and the rest of the guys stay so disciplined against Soriano in the 6th inning? There were some pitches that you took that were close. How did you stay disciplined to force him to throw a strike?
El grupo completo, ¿cómo tenían la disciplina para no darle a los picheos que estaba tirando Soriano y para dejarlo que caminara a los bateadores frente de ti?
Es un excelente lanzador, no ha tenido una excelente temporada hasta ahora, pero es uno de esos lanzadores que trata de tirar los picheos perfectos. Entonces nosotros tenemos que cerrar nuestra zona lo más en el medio posible, ya que su picheo se mueve mucho, entonces simplemente tratando de poner la bola en el medio lo más posible.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. He puts balls in perfect spots. He tries to kind of avoid the middle of the plate, so we try to cut our zone up and force him to put the ball in the middle of the plate, and luckily we were able to draw a couple walks in that inning.
You swung at a curveball earlier in that bat. Do you have to make a mental adjustment to be able to lay off like a similar pitch there to draw the walk?
Tú le tiraste una curva durante el cuarto picheo, el segundo strike. ¿Es algo que tienes que hacer en la mente cuando le haces eso o le fallas el picheo como ese?
Sí, hay veces que a nosotros, o sea, como te digo, como que en el mismo momento nos da como por como chirear un picheo, buscar un picheo, como que tratar de adivinarlo. Él me tiró el picheo contrario, entonces ya después de eso simplemente traté de buscar algo en la zona arriba y por eso pude agarrarle la siguiente slide.
Yeah, there's moments in those at-bats where you're trying to kind of pick off a pitch, cheat on a pitch, and it was one of those times where I was looking for something different, and obviously I swung at a bad pitch, but during the course of the bat, you're trying to make those adjustments, and then you kind of force yourself to kind of avoid those same things and not have the same approach, especially when you're not ahead in the count.
So your reaction to Pajes' catch, robbing Shanwell, that just seemed very, very organic, and how everybody was feeling watching that. what did you think when that ball was hit?
I thought it was a hit, and then I was like, oh, he might get there. And then I was like, oh, he's going to try. And then he dove, and he caught it. And I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. So, awesome.
How much did that change, being from a tied 1-1 game to just holding that one-run lead?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, anytime the guys out there make great defensive plays behind you, it's going to help you out. It's, it's hard to get outs in the big leagues. So, whenever you get one like that, when you're probably not most of the time going to get one, it's huge. And, yeah, Pahes had a great game defensively today. He's a great defender, so it's just fun to watch him out there.
How did you feel out there navigating this lineup coming off what you did your last start?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like plan was similar, threw the ball similarly. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I think I was ahead in the count a lot. I was, doing the things that I normally do. So I felt good, felt like I threw the ball pretty well today. And, yeah, there's going to be things that I can, learn from and get better at. But at the end of the day, I felt like I threw the ball pretty well.
Sorry for burying the lead here. Third inning, Grissom's liner back to you. Have you ever made a catch like that? I mean, how intentional was that?
I mean, 100% intentional. I saw it the whole way. No. Yeah, it's just kind of a reaction. When it's hit back at you like that, I don't really know how I caught it the way that I did. Just like backhand like this. But we made the play, got the out. So I think it was an out either way. So probably didn't have to catch it, but I did. So we'll take it.
Thank you.
Where's your confidence level right now?
I'd say it's, back to where I feel like it should be. I think it's in a normal, good spot. I feel good. I feel like I'm throwing the ball well. And, yeah, I think each week it's back to work and doing the same thing over and over again and trying to get better each week.
How did you think he looked out there tonight and the catches that Pahes made behind him tonight?
I thought Justin looked really good out there. Did what he does is just go out there and go after guys, compete, and made pitches when he needed to. And certainly with the 2 outs, that Shenwell play out in center field was a game-changing play for momentum that Andy made out there. And he just continues to, show out in center field. And good to see him swing the bat well tonight. So just both sides of the ball played great. And it was good to see our offense really come to life. And even, in that one big inning, I think we only got 1 hit, but just taking walks when we needed to and, stressing their guy who's their ace right now and throwing the ball really well. So it was good to see us take advantage of that.
Up until the 6th inning, Soriano retired 15 of 16. What changed for you guys in that 6th inning, or was it him that just kind of got pressed and lost control?
Yeah, I don't know. He was in complete control. The pitch count was in a good spot. We couldn't manage his sinker, changeup, slider mix. Weren't seeing him really well, and the lefties weren't seeing him well, and he just got into rhythm until he wasn't. And so I don't know what happened, but fortunately for us, he didn't finish 6 and got to that pen and then really put it on.
When you went out for the first game of the series, were you aware of the netting being in play? Was there any concern that may not stand as a triple?
No, because the ground rules here are the netting. If it hits, it's in play. So that wasn't a question. I didn't really know what they were challenging, but no, we weren't concerned about that.
What was going through your head as he was rounding the bases and you watched that all unfold?
I didn't have a good vantage point, so I didn't know if a fan interfered with this or if it was down the line further. So I thought, just a little league home run, so it was good to see him hustle.
Was there a way you guys didn't score a run tonight? Like just a method of which you can score a run that you guys didn't find a way to?
Yeah, no. We kind of, outside of a wild pitch or a pass ball, we kind of touched all bases on that one.
Shohei's already starting to show signs of coming out of it, but could a play like that, like scoring in such a weird fashion, kind of help open him up even further, especially with the double right afterwards?
Well, I think that what shows is his effort level going around there for the double initially and to continue to go. So I think that's, for me, that was the most telling. I think the bat speed was good, the swings were good, at-bats good, but then the hustle, that there's just more in the tank right now.
His last out, but exit velocity was 117 miles in the 9th inning.
Yeah, off the bat?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got his kind of, I think he's just, we were hoping to get a reset with a couple days off, and I think, that's what happened. I think he's just feeling better and quicker with the bat.
What was the plan for Wroblewski entering this season, and how has that been impacted by his performance, but then also the injuries with your rotation?
I think the plan was just to, compete for a starting job, and then I think he started on the bullpen. We needed him to make some starts, and then his performance dictated he's earned opportunities, and then now you layer in on injury. So, until we get right, I don't see there's any reason for us to kind of change what he's already earned.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one, obviously. Before the Nets were down the line, the ball bounced into the stands, and it's 2 bases. But, we just challenged. We thought maybe a fan might have hit it in, and they didn't, obviously. So, unfortunate.
Not often you see a starting pitcher with a line giving up 1 hit and 6 earned runs, just command in that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really like command. I mean, it was close pitches. They just weren't chasing, and that's what they do a good job over there of, kind of zoning you in and making you throw the ball over the plate.
Do you feel like Sorry feels like he has to kind of be perfect sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's human nature, right? If you're not scoring runs, like, you kind of feel like you have to make the perfect pitch, which, against that team and, situation, it's probably not ideal, but, it's just human nature. That's kind of what goes through your mind.
What do you see from the middle of
there? Yeah, I just, more command. I think command just, either a ball or down the middle taking good swings. So, yeah, it was just a tough one.
You did have some chances to score before the game got in with Adele mix up on the bases and the catch Pies made on the shot ball.
Yeah, for sure. I thought, that one kind of impacted it. We score early right there. Who knows how the game would end turned out to be. Teoscar, that ball looked like he caught it and then took a step and it fell out, and Joe thought he caught it, so he ran back. So unfortunately, then Pies made a great play on Shanny. We thought it was down, and he came in and he made 2 great plays tonight. So it was, tip your hat on that one.
It's now 20 out of your last 25. I know it's only May 16th. Does it sort of feel like rock bottom for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, no sugarcoating it, right? 20 out of 25. It's not great, but at the end of the day, we got to come back. We got to play tomorrow. We got to get ready to play. Forget about this game and move on.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。